Hello, everyone. My name is Alexandre Mounayer. I'm a photographer at Old Doha Port. I've been doing photography for more than 10 years. And I worked at Old Doha Port, it's been 3 years. I work with Dior, Zara, Hermes, Riba, Tiffany & Co., MotoGP. MotoGP is a video game. I shot Lusail Circuit with them. It was a cute project. Commercial Bank, Four Seasons, Marmi Engineering, Budweiser, Neolith, and Pop Mart. Pop Mart was a nice project also at Hamad International Airport. I shot the Libubu store. I was born in Lebanon, Kaslik, in 1985. I took the shot from the mountainside where you can see the coastline of my city. And actually, this shot was featured in National Geographic around 2016. This is another shot of my city from the seaside, where you can see the architecture of the place, how it was before. It was very beautiful. This is me when I was 16 years old, and some of my inspiration, Salvador Dali paintings, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin music. You can see this is René Magritte. He's a painter. He really inspired me in photography because his paintings are like pictures. If you noticed, he painted night and day in the same pictures. Does anybody know how to take night and day in the same picture in photography? Double exposure, yeah. Okay, my equipment, it's like the Darwin evolution. I started with the 3050, 350D Canon. If I remember, it's like 8 megapixel. And then gradually updated 600D, 5D Mark III, and the 5D Mark IV. I still use the 5D Mark IV for my everyday events. And 2 weeks ago, I bought the R5 Mark II, which is an amazing camera. Like, you cannot compare it to anything. Lighting, Godox V1C, and the Godox MS300, which I think it's enough for now. I was a sound operator for more than 15 years before I started photography. And I always had my camera with me during my sound years. And I was lucky to take a picture with Robert De Niro back in Doha. It was, I think, in 2013. 2012, yeah. Ah, you was there at the same night. Yes. You took a picture. You still have it. Okay. Okay. This shot, I took it in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in around 2015, and also got featured on National Geographic in 2015. This is the portrait of the ex-manager of El Duhail Club, Christophe Galtier. Also, they contacted me from France, L'Equipe magazine, and I shot his portrait. And it was very cool when I shot his portrait because I just used the 50mm lens, and I just got to know him and his wife, and that's it. It took me 15 minutes after to shoot him. It was very good because we became friends. And I asked him, while I was shooting him, why he looks so like relaxed, kind of, because his wife was next to me. And I told him, just talk to him. And he was talking with his wife, and I was shooting while he was talking at the same time with him, which I think this is a very good approach if you want to shoot someone magazine style. This picture I took in Al-Shahaniya, and I love this picture. It was exhibited in Qatar around 2021, I guess. Oh, yeah, it's written, actually. Okay. I shot jewelry for Tiffany & Co. and for Dior, and both they got featured on social media, which was, I felt very good when it happened. This is a Qatari magazine called The Gulf Between Us. Also, I got featured multiple times on this magazine. I love this picture from Al Shihaniya, also was featured on the Independent photo. By the way, they're not posing. I shot them. It's the guy, he owns camels, expensive camels. He's natural. I had my 70-200 lens, and he was just looking at the camel, and I shot him. This picture I took when I was at the old Amiri Palace in the Museum of Qatar. And Abercrombie and Fitch, the closed magazine, the old part of Old Amiri Palace. So they contacted me and they bought this picture. So, and they featured it on their ads, which I felt very good. And I don't know if anybody uses Behance. It's an Adobe platform. This project on Behance, if you can add me, you will see them. They also got featured on Lightroom and architecture. All right, let's start. How to shoot performers at events. First, let them perform. I just stand, in front of them. I told them, show me what you got. And yeah, they were doing what they love to do. And also at Old Doha Port, so you can see the architecture at the same time. And try to arrange them into, make a composition while you shoot them. It's beautiful. I made the composition, I made the line, and I told them, perform, show me what you got. And they were, yeah, this is how they perform. Here I told them to go on the stairs also to make some beautiful composition out of them. Here I played with shadow. I love the shadows of the artists. Use the architecture also. Yeah, it's Old Doha Port. It's timeless. Also, I like to observe the performance, how they engage with people and shoot them without intruding. So just from far. Here, I could hear this picture. Also, when I shoot artists, I try to shoot alongside their subject, so we can see in the same frame the artist and the subject. Always include wide shots. I love to climb on buildings. When I'm shooting, I love to go everywhere, to do different angles. I love to shoot, to show everything what's happening from different angles. And the clients loves it also. In this picture, why I wrote, don't forget the untold stories. What do you notice in this picture? I don't know if you can see. Yeah, exactly. I saw it from far, this lady over here, alone, just staring at the sea. So I was like, I want to, it was for me, this picture. So I took this picture. Sometimes when I shoot events, I took pictures for myself. Because when you're passionate about photography, you take these kind of pictures. Okay, how to shoot craftsmen. Foreground, background elements. It's crucial. I cannot emphasize how important it is to show the background, not just the craftsman or the artist alone. And especially if the locals or they don't like to be shot, you can make them bokeh out of focus, and it works because we don't know who they are. We cannot see. We just know that there is a family behind this. Also, lower level, foreground, 50 millimeter, 1.2. You can see in the background the horse and another performer, rollerblader passing by. And you can see the craftsman doing his thing. Foreground, you can see the boat, and they're working on boats. Always try to include the elements of the craft. It's very important. Also the family in the background. I love this one because the sun was falling naturally on the guy. And don't be afraid to shoot against the light. Look how magical the view is, even if the sun is behind them. Also 50 millimeter 1.2. Capture the engagement with people. If the people are engaging with the craftsman, also we would like to see that, especially the clients. All right, the FIFA World Cup 2022. This shot won 5,000 Riyal at the museum, Qatari Museum competition. You can see the Mexican fans. The right place at the right time. I felt naming this shot because I felt like, what's going on? Like, is this Troy or? Encourage people to be themselves. Before I took this shot, I spoke with them, like, hello, how are you? And they were happy to see me. They were happy that I'm taking pictures. So they gave me this naturally. Yeah, the Lusail Towers. I was lucky to be at the Lusail Boulevard. I was there. I wasn't a full-time photographer yet. I was a sound operator, and I was assigned to be, during all the FIFA World Cup, taking interviews there with the fans. So I spent all day during all the FIFA with the fans, so I felt very lucky to be able to shoot, and I had my 5D Mark III with me. This was in Souk Waqif. Also, the flow. I love the movement. And add humor also. This was the night before the match between Argentina and Mexico. And you can see the Mexican fan passed out, and the Argentinian guy who just saw him, and he was like, look at him. And I didn't talk to anybody. I was just standing there with my camera shooting the Mexican fan sleeping, and the Argentinian guy just saw me, and he came silently to show me the Mexican, like, that's what's gonna happen to them after the game. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love the vibes. Those are Saudi fans wearing like Mexicans and making fun of the of the Mexican Saudi gringos. Yeah. This one, I love this shot because I felt the unity between the two countries. With the Lusail Towers also gives them like strength. Also 50 millimeter 1.2 without flash. This, I cannot emphasize how amazing this lens is. Even if it's expensive, if you ask me, I would just use this lens all my life. The portraits of them, 50 million, 1.2, especially this. Almost real, his mask. Souk Waqif. The Kuwaiti fan wearing Mexican hat and the Mexican fan. I felt like there's a connection between the two. This shot, I felt like it's a photojournalism shot, like it belongs to a magazine. I don't know why, what's the secret, but yeah, I felt this. And this one also with like the Star Wars character. I didn't notice the Star Wars guy wearing the mask. Later, yeah, I was like, what? The Argentinian fans in Souk Waqif also, I felt like, what an amazing ambience. These Brazilian fans were having a picnic in Souk Waqif on the floor. So I just came, I sat on the ground, and I took them. I was like, I will never see this in my life again. So I think this is amazing. This is crazy. And I was lucky when I was working in Rayan TV as a sound to be able to follow the champions, because nobody was allowed to follow them in certain angles. And I had my badge, my media badge, and I could follow them. This is one of my favorite pictures also because of the framing. In the foreground, you have Qatari locals. and the Argentinian. 50 millimeter 1.2, and he's wearing غطرة, Argentinian غطرة. Okay, merging the event with the surroundings. This is very important for events, I feel. When you let the place be part of the story. There was a kite championship, if you notice. So I combined it with the architecture of Old Doha Port. It gives some magic about it. The World Aquatic Championship. Also the location of Old Doha Port with the Daphna behind gives some surrealism. I love this one because of the layers. If you notice the people and the sea and then the Daphna towers, it's like the people and the city. The performance in the foreground, the crowd in the foreground, the performance in the midground, and the architecture behind them. It's crucial to show this in events. Look at the layers, the people, the horses, and the boats in the sea. And you can even see, if it's in Qatar, it should be the pearl, yeah. I love this. I called it table view because I felt like I'm sitting with them while they are thinking of buying this horse. In this shot, I was like, sometimes families will not like you to shoot their kids. So you can do graceful shots by showing what's going on without showing faces. Okay, this is about influencers and fashion show. I was shooting the Lububu event at the Hamad International Airport a week ago almost. It's the first pop mart shop in the Middle East. I used the 24-105 lens of the 5D Mark III on the R5 Mark II. So the focus was like going crazy, but I was able to shoot the product because this is what the client wanted. And I think I nailed it with a flash also. You see the model, the product, and the crowd. Always show these things in events. I think it's very important. And it's f4.0. I didn't want to go like others, like they were shooting at 2.8. I wanted to see the crowd, their reactions, and especially because the crowds here were influencers and they're very important people. Influencer, the product, and the store behind them. I don't know if anybody saw this store at Hamad International Airport. Also inside the store, outside the store and inside the store. All right, so this is one of my favorite parts, the 50 millimeter 1.2 at night without flash. Sometimes you don't need flash, but if there is existing light, of course, because if there is no light, you will not get the magic. You can see the contrast between the local kid and the technology of the entertainers, which is surrealistic. Shoot on ground level, like I was talking. Look how cute he is. I was like, I don't care. I will sleep on the floor just to take the shot. And this was at Darb al-Sa'i event, also 50 millimeter 1.2. And that's it. I hope you liked. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate.
Thank you. Very nice. How much? Thank you. Thank you. Very interesting. How much of retouche on each photo you make on Photoshop or Lightroom or?
I use Lightroom CC and I do minimum retouche.
Like what?
Like,
for example,
exposure, contrast, highlights, lower, and color temperature. That's it.
Okay.
And if there is noise, denoise. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
it's very important to keep everything.
Yes.
If you're doing events, but if you're shooting something else for client, you should work, I mean, on Photoshop. If they don't like something, you should remove a tree, if you should remove other things. But on events, I try to keep it as natural as possible. What my eyes feel is real, like the color temperature. I like colder. Sometimes people tell me, your pictures are cold. I don't like yellow light. I make it colder always. Like
يعني blue.
bluer قد ما فيي, yes, as much as I can.
And denoise.
Denoise.
Because the clients ask you to denoise it?
No, but noise.
Or you think they want it denoise, sorry.
No, I think you should denoise it. There shouldn't be noise in your picture if it's visible. That's it.
Yeah, but some of the photos outside in the streets, World Cup, noise is part of the ambience, of the atmosphere, no?
What do you mean by noise?
Noise is the grain,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
So is grain a problem for the FIFA World Cup photos, for example?
For me, I denoised them.
Okay.
Because I was shooting at, I didn't have light with me back then.
Okay.
I just had the 50 millimeter 1.2.
Okay.
And yeah, I had to denoise a little bit.
Okay.
That's it. But if I'm shooting analog, I love the grains and I love the noise.
Of course.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody has another question? Sorry, can somebody give him a mic, please?
Thank you. Yeah, hi, thank you
Hello.
for the session. I wanted to know, do you use like the tools of AI now to, edit and stuff?
I used, in Lightroom.
Currently.
Yeah, I used
Lightroom AI.
Yeah, Lightroom
Alright.
CC I use. And
Okay.
if there's anything that garbage, or,
Yeah.
I remove it directly.
Okay.
Especially for clients, and
Correct.
for events for clients.
Yeah.
For me, if I'm shooting street photography, I keep everything natural.
Correct, yeah. So right now for professional photography, you use the Lightroom
Yes.
AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Anything else you recommend?
If you have hard editing, use Photoshop. If
Okay.
you have good editing, usually I tell my wife to help me with she's amazing at Photoshop, so
Is
she's
it?
helping me. We're a team together. She's like my art director.
Do you pay her?
Yes, I do pay her. I
Okay.
literally pay. Of course,
Yeah.
she's working sometimes she works like full day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I pay her, of course.
Good. All the best. All right. Anyone else?
For easy editing, Lightroom. But if you have, remove a person and put this person instead of this person, Photoshop.
I think Lightroom has nowadays
Sorry.
like person removal.
It has person removal, but not a person, like exchange person. You know, this you have to remove a person, put another person instead. Like if there's a ribbon cutting, some clients would like this guy to be on the other side and this guy to be on the other side. So you have to do it on Photoshop. And my magician here is my wife. I cannot tell you.
Nice.
And reflections cleaning is more in Photoshop because I shoot also vitrines for Dior. And you have we hide the reflections. But sometimes there's like in the corners a lot of noise and the clients don't like that. So she's a professional at the cleaning of vitrines.
Awesome.
Which camera? 5D Mark III. And with the 50 millimeter 1.2.
Can you go back to the photos, please? I have one question.
Yeah, of course. Which?
Go back one more, and one more.
The one with the
One more. Yeah, that one.
This one.
No, the one after. Yeah, the speed lights here.
Yeah.
Do you put it in the person itself, so to show the background, or because
No,
his face
it was straight on him. Yeah, it's just straight on
face
him.
straight
Yeah,
on him.
it was. It
to
was
show the background, right?
the background was kind of lit already.
Yeah, I see. It's
So I just
nice style.
Yeah,
Like it.
but I think my mistake here is I put it also on them maybe I should have removed and let it like just burst up and. But I think it's okay.
Thank you.
All right. Layers. Sorry, but can somebody give the mic, please? Layers.
For the layer shoot, you use too much F. You
So
should,
these, for example,
the
this is 2.8, I'm sure.
daytime you shoot the
the day.
layers. Yeah,
This one. Yeah,
for
it-
the wide you
it
should
be
you
F.
shoot F11
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
But it will be
it's-
darker, right? When we
Small.
do. Sorry if I ask, I'm the
No,
beginner.
no, it's
I don't
okay.
know anything. So F1 it will be more darker, right? So
This
that
is this F11.
one, F11.
Yeah, minimum. Yeah.
So
something.
how much shutter speed you use for this? Maybe
I don't. Maybe 400.
400.
Yeah, something.
so
like, because
you-
there is light. There is a lot of light.
No need
It's-
of ISO too much.
No,
Maybe
ISO 100 always during the day. I
Yeah.
always use only 100 ISO.
100.
Yeah. I don't like noise.
Have you used any filters? Have you used any filters? Like,
Sometimes I do, but usually I don't feel I need to, because in Lightroom I can just select the sky and make it blue. You know, for example, if it's white, I just select the sky and make it a little bit blue. You know, that's it. But of course, it's better with filters. You know, it gives more contrast, less reflections sometimes. No. Hello.
Hi. So, when covering something, how do you find a balance in covering more candid moments over something posed?
What do you mean?
Like for example, like you showed us like at the runway in
At
the
the
pop
runway.
mart.
Yeah.
You were able to get like shots of the crowd, like
Yeah.
like what is like the product. So how do you find like a good balance with taking something like that, where it would feel like your audience would be part of the event?
Exactly.
and,
That's
like,
what I was talking about. Let me just show you. I think it was after the. You mean these pictures?
Yeah, like just finding like a good balance of that and like the more post ones with the influencers, like
Okay.
yeah.
So, what do you want to know? I didn't understand. Like, how do I do it?
Like how,
Consent about asking the person.
no, not really. It's more like telling the story with them overall, like a good balance between them.
Okay.
Like what do you think of in like taking these shots?
Look, to tell you the truth, I don't think a lot when I'm taking these shots. I have a lot of energy. Since I was a kid, I was always or on the tree or on the rooftop, and I jump from the rooftop to the tree. So I just feel the flow. I see where there's action, there's always something going on. And I don't intrude. Sometimes, like, I pretend, you know, I see something happen, and when they look at me, it's just, you know, I turn my head, and they will forget you. They will forget you. If they see you, they will forget you after, and then I take my shots. And if they feel bothered, I don't look at them. Imagine I'm taking you, and you look at me, I do this. I pretend like I'm looking somewhere else, and I'm like, yes, I got the moment. Sometimes you have to steal the moment, and sometimes you have to intrude, even if you're not allowed. If the security told you, you're not allowed to come here, I was like, I didn't know. I'm really sorry, I didn't know, but I took my shot. You know, in my head, I took my shot. So, you know, I'm not going to prison. They're not gonna, you know, imprison me for that. No? The most important is your shot.
Yeah, this brings me to the question, you know, which I think most of us will agree with the new law, you know, not to take direct shots.
Exactly.
So, yeah, if my question was like, if I still want to take, and if someone is agreeing to take, you
Okay.
know, after the consent, you know, is
Look,
that all right? Yeah.
When
Because
I'm
sometimes
working
you
with,
want,
when I'm working with agencies,
yeah,
they are doing something about it now. Is like they sign an agreement.
Correct. Consent form.
So yeah, so we have the producer with us, and if we ask the parents, and if they agree, we sign,
Okay.
and then we shoot them. But
Street photography, like you're on your
exactly
own.
street photography.
That
But
becomes
usually, when I'm at events, usually, and if you are going around with the camera,
Yeah.
and if families see you and they don't like,
yeah.
they don't do anything, I think it, in my
Yeah, you
opinion, it's
understand.
okay. You
Yeah.
understand that they don't mind. But usually they come to me, they tell me, please, we don't like to be shot. And I'm like, of
Okay.
course. And if
Yeah.
I shot them, I would delete the picture. I
Yeah.
wouldn't send it to the client.
Yeah.
Or you can do, like, you can find some angles to it. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask 3 questions, and there will be gifts. Okay, my first question is, what's my favorite lens?
50 mm and 1.2.
He said it first. We have a winner. Who said it? It was you. Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Second question. What was the name of the event that I shot at the Hamad International Airport? I was just...
That was Labubu,
Yes.
right?
Congratulations. Okay. Can you give it? Okay, last question. Oh, okay. Okay. Last question. Where do I work?
Old Doha Port.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a nice evening.